What's going on? Okay, so I'm coming back with another Redskins franchise. Done all my scouting and everything for this week. I went back to doing manual training. So we lost to the Panthers, but we actually beat the Steelers. We actually beat them by a lot. It's really funny. We don't have any players in the weekly thing, but I'll go back and I'll show you. Where do I go? All right, finally found it. So I'm back here in the weekly victories, and look, Nick Foles. Excuse me, sir. Why are you throwing 6 touchdowns? Well, we beat him 42-24. So with injuries, nobody is on this that was on it before. Byron Murphy became on it this week. He got injured last week. It looks like, oops. And he dislocated his hip, so he's out until at least the playoffs. But you know, everybody else came back. So we now have Miles Jack back, and we also have Dwayne Haskins. So it's going to be interesting. Haskins and Foles are both going to be able to play this game. Obviously, we're going to go with Haskins, but you know, it's kind of interesting that Foles could come back in and play. So, all right, I'll see you in the game. All right, so I game planned in stretch, and that's what we're going to start out running here. We did start out with the ball, so we're going to go ahead and try to get some, you know, decent runs to start it. Obviously, we run backwards at the first play, but I don't think we're going to keep doing that. We did have these kind of problems against Dallas last time, but then we beat them by 17 points. So, I mean, each of our first 2 runs went for negative yards, so we're going to have to pass here. But at least we got Haskins. I'm going to go ahead and make my subs. So, Jerry Jeudy's been a stud recently, and he should actually probably be taking over Paul Richardson pretty soon. But if we just, yo, there we go. Beautiful pass. So that's what happens when we get Dwayne Haskins back. I mean, it's been 7 freaking weeks. Obviously, I haven't played every single game, but, you know, it's pretty, it's pretty noticeable, the difference. I'll turn the, I just turned the sound on for Madden. I'll turn that down a little bit. So I don't have to just keep running, but I do kind of want to run the ball a lot, just because, you know, that's been a pretty decent game plan for us. Oh, yes, beautiful. Pass lead up the field. Oh, he does fumble. Well, that's not what we wanted. Alright, so I did game plan in cover 3, so when we run cover 3, it should be, you know, pretty decent. We blitz out of cover 3, actually. That's the one we do blitz here. So I'll go ahead and blitz right now to show you. See, cover 3 cloud is the one I blitz out of. Well, if I can actually do my blitz right. I think I messed it up a little bit, but we do it. And so because all our players have a boost on that, it's going to be perfect. And cover 3 is the coverage I run, cover 3 Sky. Almost every single play. I like these clouds and everything the best, or not clouds. I like these the best. So we get there. All right, perfect. All right, so even though we turn the ball over, we don't let them get even a single first down. So now it's 4th and 5, and we're gonna get the ball back. I guess I'll talk through this punt return about the strategy. I mean, obviously that was a freaking fluke. You know, we're not gonna expect to fumble it that much. Oh, see, this is exactly why I got a better punt returner. Like, the fact that we're on the 36 instead of the 27 is just gonna do so much. Beautiful play out there to Julio. Oh, keep going, Julio, keep going. All right, all the way to the 4-yard line. So that's 3 completions, 3 of 3 for 119 yards. So it looks like they want us to get Philip Lindsay a touchdown here, so we're going to go ahead and try to do that. But having Haskins back to, you know, for 3 completions for 119 yards, it's just, that's the difference between having Haskins and Foles. You know, it took us a while to get that in the past, and especially with Chad Kelly. So, I'm just going to run to the outside again. We should have, yeah, we do have the added bonus on the stretch plays. But we're getting freaking Leighton Vander Esch is just making me turn back inside. That was really good play by Leighton right there. So, and now we have DeMarcus Lawrence here on the edge. He is an edge threat, but it doesn't seem like he's going to have as much, strength. Then we get in! There we go, Philip Lindsay gets in. So, that's, that's what they asked us to do there. So, that's what we delivered. Alright, here we go. We're going to keep running. Now, we do get more and more superstars, it seems, like every single week. Because some of our guys are learning their abilities. Oh my gosh. What the heck? So now I'm looking back in here. This is what happens. So I flick up on my right stick. And you see what he does there? It's like... I don't even know how to describe that. Like... That's a flick up on my right stick. He does this little... Whoop. What kind of footwork is that? I flicked up on the right stick. Alright, run D again. Let's go ahead and try to... try to do this. Okay, they're passing here. So we're kind of there on it. Don't let anything happen. Now Dak 2 of 2 for, 4 yards. I'm going to let that happen. The problem is that Zeke has already run for a decent bit on us, so... Alright, here we go. We're bringing the pressure on a cover 3. So my job is... I over-pursued. So my job on a pass... My job on a blitz like that is to kind of cover as many routes as I can with the underneath coverage. And hopefully the Blues, they'll try to go a little bit deep there, and the deep Blues will play the rest. But obviously, we don't have anybody in the middle, especially when they run bunch like that. Now, running bunch is also like, I almost always blitz against bunch because that's the easiest 3 routes to cover on the field. But at the same time, like if they're, running bunch, then they can also get open more easily. So it's like it's a trade-off. And I'm just gonna keep him from getting a touchdown by staying in front of him there. But Zeke is just kind of eating our souls right now. That's his second run of 20+ yards. I'm probably gonna have to figure out different run D. I usually am supposed to pull out my ends, but I haven't been doing that, so I'm gonna come shooting the gaps here, and I get there and he just kind of runs by me. So that's a touchdown on the other for the bad guys. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and slow the game down. It's been 1 full quarter now. Just kind of gonna keep pounding the rock. I haven't really been super pounding the rock so far, but I want to go ahead and try to I want to keep everything in the field of play. Basically, that's my goal. All right, and so here we go. We got Paul Richardson, beautiful pass, decent juke move. Paul Richardson gets a huge gain there. So we've done for 144 yards this half. So let's see if we can go ahead and get him a touchdown. I know it keeps asking us to get our running backs some stuff, and I'm super happy to get them stats and whatnot. But honestly, I really, my game plan is to throw the ball, and so when I'm throwing the ball, I'm most comfortable. I hate running. So I am going to run the ball here, but again, I'm not super comfortable doing it. We're probably not going to go for too many yards. I mean, okay, that's a pretty decent run right there, right up the middle. So Lindsay already has 30 rush yards. Now I know that Darius has negative, so I'm actually going to run him here because this is his, area of the field usually to run. He does have negative 2 yards, so hopefully we can get him to positive 1 yards and a touchdown here. So we do get in. Oh, we don't get in. Dang it. Well, Darius Geis has 3 rushes for 0 yards, but we're going to go ahead and try to punch it in here with Luke Sellers, and he almost gets in. So I kind of changed it around. I put Geis in as the fullback right now because hopefully he has a little bit of better acceleration than Luke, and with his star X Factor, we do get him in. So now he gets a touchdown, so pretty happy about that. Okay, Zeke is lighting up. But, you know, if we could stop them, we could totally take a 10-point lead in a half. I believe that we can go down there and get another field goal, but not when Zeke just keeps destroying everything about us. Almost every single run he's had goes for a positive yard. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into a 4-4 defense here to just hope and pray this can help us. If not, the other thing I can do is go to a 3-4 bear, but that's pretty much the last thing I got for it. That one is the best play that we've had so far against his run. But like I said, I don't have too many different things that I can do for the run. I'm going to drag out Stua and play as landed here, but if he does an inside zone right here like he is, I'm not really going to be there. Wow. Okay. So Miles Jack, that is important to have Miles back. Now, I am expecting us here to, yeah, he is going to pass the ball. So Dak looking to pass the ball, and I'm kind of there. All right, perfect. So we stop him. So now it is a 4th down. We're going to get the ball back right at the 2-minute warning. So now we're just going to have to try and drive down the field. I really just want a field goal, but, you know, if we get a touchdown out of it, like, I'm not going to complain, obviously. So let's see if we can get a decent punt return here. All right, we do get the blocks. I'm going to juke inside. I'm going to juke it again. Okay. We almost were able to break that one. If there was just one block, well, we could have broke it. All right, so I think this is the last week we're going to see this be the lineup. I'm pretty sure I'm going to trade Paul and... Oh, perfect. Sorry, I had to stop talking. I'm going to trade Paul and Jerry's spots. Now, Julio's obviously going to be my number 1 still, so he's going to be on the outside. And with the post flag elite, like, every corner route that he does is going to be perfectly run. So, like, you know, right here, just right there, boom. And if he gets his hands on it, he's going to come down with it. And with Dwayne Haskins throwing the ball, he's actually able to make the throws. But with Jerry Jeudy coming to the spot that Paul Richardson is, so he's going to be where A is, you know, he can run that post to that, like. Now, this is a pretty good play. I get sacked as I'm talking, but this is a pretty good play where I can come across the middle. But the post, the route that Jerry runs there is like an elongated post or corner. And so it does sometimes beat different coverages, but at the same time, you've got to be very careful when running it because it's like a streak, but nobody that has streak specialist will be able to get it. Now, if you have post flag elite or out corner or something like that, like it can help, but you know, Julio gets slowed down just a tiny bit by the defense there, you know. So, well, we're in a little bit of a predicament here, but we're gonna go ahead and run this post. I'm gonna go ahead and keep the Jerry Jeudy post in as well. And we're going to see if one of these gets open. So now Paul Richardson, well, gets open. But the way that everybody was kind of running there, didn't really have any good open route. So I kind of missed it a little bit, but that was as good as we had. So, all right, making the field goal. Obviously power's up a little bit. Accuracy's down a little bit. So that's why we made that one super easy, but oh well, you know, that's what the game said to do. Alright, so if we can get this big stop here after the kickoff, then we running away from it. Hopefully we can keep this stop. Now they have their 3 timeouts, but they still need to go a decent bit to be able to kick the field goal. So as long as I don't let them cross midfield, we should be fine. But, you know, they do cross midfield often, and I don't know what to say about that one. That was, I guess kind of where I'm supposed to go, but they kind of flooded my area. Zeke was down like here, and he was up here, so there was not like anything I really could have done there. So I'm going to go ahead and try to cover this now. They're going to take their I'm going to take a timeout so that forces them into running another play, and then I'm going to try to blitz them. So if I don't take the timeout there, they end up dropping the game clock down to about 9 seconds, and then taking their timeout. Whereas by me taking the timeout, you know, it makes them think that they can run another play and still take their timeout. So then I get to sack them and make it a little bit harder of field goal for them there. So now, this is not a time where I need to worry about running a field goal safe man, because they have, you know, 37 yards to go to get the touchdown. So I'm not even worried. Now they miss it. Perfect. So that's exactly why I did what I did. So they miss it, and now we go into halftime up by 10. So after a Chase Young tackle for loss there, they're actually coming out in shotgun, which is, I'm much happier when I'm playing shotgun defense against them. Now after that pass there, I'm not liking where I'm at, but I'm going to bring the pressure, because the pressure is a good proxy for a run D, just in case. And you know, if not, we get the pressure. Oh man, I pressed Y, but oh well. A 3 and out to start the half. That's exactly what I want. All right, so on this drive, I'm going to focus on getting Darius Geis some more runs. I want to. Oh dang it! I thought he was going to be there, but well, he's got 5 rushes for 1 yard and a touchdown. That's just some weird stats right there. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, it's yeah, good juke. So this is why I have a power back, just so he can break some tackles and whatnot. But you know, on 3rd and 5, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the air here. I'm gonna trust that we have our number 1 back. Now I'm not gonna throw to Jerry Jeudy here, because he's not gonna be open. Like, I'm not comfortable making that throw to the right side, but I am comfortable making the throw to the left side. So this actually might be perfect. All right, well, I'm gonna fall down so we don't make a fumble again. But I was trying to read if it was cover. It was man actually, so that's why it didn't work. But if it was cover 3, we had a cover 3 beater there. Well, I shouldn't take that hit. I mean, I'm used to Ultimate Team where if I take the hit, I'm not gonna get injured. But if you take a hit out of bounds, you will still get injured in these games. So, all right, let's see. I don't know if they're gonna not expect this or what's gonna happen, but we're gonna try to run here. I mean, I might make it. I got the edge. All right, perfect. Ooh, he's got speed. That's exactly what we need from him. So Darius Geis is out for the play because of his he's like tired. So I'm gonna run with Lindsey, who gets another huge run inside the 10-yard line. So he's got another 50-yard game. And now I'm just gonna run to the outside with Darius Geis real quick on a stretch. Now, obviously, this is what we've practiced. If Darius Geis goes for a touchdown, Darius goes for a touchdown. But I'm not expecting it, and if not, by running right, well, we do get the touchdown with Darius Geis, so perfect. Darius Geis has a 2-touchdown game, which is pretty spectacular. Now, we've got 3 rushing touchdowns, all right? 2 with Darius Geis, 1 with Philip Lindsay. But I wanted to try to get a passing touchdown, so I might still try for a passing touchdown before the end of the game. All right, so if this is my run D, bring him back inside the box, wait, and he does hand it off to Zeke, and boom, Chase Young. I dragged Chase Young out, so he's able to make that tackle. I mean, look at Chase Young's stature. I mean, the guy looks like a monster in Madden. I mean, I know he looks like a monster in real life, but in Madden, that size is freaking monstrous. All right, so here we go. We're going to bring the pressure. Chase Young has a free route at the quarterback. I don't think Chase Young got the sack. It was Zadarius Smith got the sack. So both of them came in free. I mean, that's why I brought 7. You know, so if you bring 7, obviously you're going to have them in free. Well, they tried to put out all the routes in the field, so they had, yeah, so we had 2 free there. So if Zadarius Smith didn't get him, Chase Young would have got him. All right, so here we go. We're just going to come out in our cover 3, which, like I said, is boosted because that was what we practiced. And we're kind of on everything. He might go for the running back. All right. Yeah, perfect. So, well, there's the flags coming into play. Although I turned down face masks because they were so freaking much. That's the one I turned down. I'm gonna run this cover 3 because I'm not super expecting them to run the ball here, but they might. They do. But you know, with our big nickel package in there, we have a very athletic safety in Sua Cravens right there to make the tackle. But I'm gonna switch back to my run D real quick. So again, bring him out, bring Landon Collins into the box, get in there, and boom. Now sometimes bring him out does that, where they do get like, they do get stuck or whatever, and easier to block them out, but you know, I just wanted to go ahead and try to do that. Alright, so here I'm playing my run D, and we're there. Alright, beautiful. Our rookie, Ashton Davis, he's still going. Oh, he finally gets taken out of bounds by a lineman? Yeah, by a lineman. Alright, so huge interception there. That pretty much is, if we can capitalize here and get a touchdown, that's pretty much the end of the game. And it looks like we have Jerry Jeudy out there. If he gets his hands on it, he catches it. Perfect. So we've thrown for 265 yards, but no touchdowns. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm either going to throw a touchdown or take a sack. Either way, it works in my favor. So I'm just going to be reading the mic right there where it says the M on it. If he comes in, I'm throwing it to Jeudy. If not, then I'm just going to take the sack. And he comes in, so we throw a touchdown to Jeudy. It's perfect. But if a sack is honestly better because it's really hard to throw a touchdown from that close, unless, you know, it's a quick slant like that. So, you know, if I took the sack, then I would, you know, be back like 3-4 yards, and I could actually legitimately throw a corner route to Julio. Alright, so, cover 3, they're an empty. They just threw last down, so they're going to throw this down, and I'm there, but I guess when you press Y, it doesn't work anymore. I don't know. I did turn the interceptions down, but, you know, I feel like still throwing across the middle. Like, you know, I'm fine turning the interceptions down for the random people in, like, the secondary. But when it's me on a linebacker, well, I'm on a safety in the linebacker position, and I strafe the route, and I press Y at the perfect time, I feel like that should not be affected by the interception rating. I was already affected by that like twice this year. So, you know, I'm pretty upset about it because that would be 2 more interceptions we had, but oh well. You know, Dak has thrown for under 100 yards in this game so far, so if we can keep holding him like he is, I mean, Zeke has gone for 70 yards and a touchdown, but we're up 31-7, so this is a pretty decent game for us. So again, I click off there because Landon Collins has Enforcer, so when you click off, you get a big hit tackle every single time. So, yeah, I was doing that. I have Tyrann Mathieu to play that spot in my ultimate team. Beautiful big hit, but he holds on. So, that's one of those plays where when they all get deep and we don't get any pressure, you know, it's just, they're going to probably complete it. Because if one of the guys doesn't catch it, because I'm strafing him, the other guy's going to get open. Yeah, and so here's the thing, is running backs get open all the time when I play this defense. And, you know, if somebody's going to continue to, like, go and... Oh, Landon Collins is super tired. If someone's going to continue to abuse the running backs, I am going to go ahead and change up the defense a little bit. I'll pop down into a 4-4, or I'll play some man or something like that. Now, Landon Collins is gas. He's not even in. So because of that, I'm going to go ahead and go to a blitz him here. So let's see if we can go ahead and get a sack on 3rd down, and we can't, but we do get Ashton Davis out there. Now, Ashton Davis should have that one because, you know, again, the interceptions should not be, like, they should not be decreased on a user interception, but I digress. Alright, I'm just going to run out the clock here. I mean, we basically just destroyed him this game. After the onside kick attempt failed, I'm just going to run the clock out here with Darius Geis. Now he's gone 8 rushes for 10 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that is one hell of a stat line. That's a fullback stat line. Now, obviously, he did play fullback, and that's where he got one of his touchdowns. But, you know, I want to get him a good... I mean, for a superstar running back, he fumbled, so I guess they're still in the game. And they're going to score on it. This Julio's not fast enough. Well, Darius Geis is definitely screwing things up a little bit. Alright, well, again, their onside kick failed, but whatever. That fumble, I mean, 10 rushes, 6 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Can we break one? Can he get to like 30 yards or something? Can we get him something? Can we block? Like, for fuck's sake, dude, this is my number, like, oh god, he fumbles again. Holding. It's just like, I want to get him some yards. He's my number 2 running back, right? He's an over 80 running back. In my Dolphins franchise, I actually traded for him, and he was my number 1. Philip Lindsay's our running back now. So I guess, I don't know. I'm supposed to split up the carries, but whatever. Yeah, I shouldn't have gone out of bounds there, I know, but I got the first down. God dang, dude. Well, we were up 31-7 with 3 minutes to go. Alright, I'm actually going to have to jump into conservative. I didn't realize that, like, I didn't think of that real quick, but I'm just going to go down here. Now, this game is far from over. We were up. I just can't believe it, you know, how this happened, but whatever. I'm actually going to come out passing because, honestly, I'm having much more luck doing that than I am running, fumbling, 2 fumble return touchdowns against me. Like, this game was over, but now they're actually back in it. But luckily Paul Richardson goes, and I'm just going to go down, and boom, that's game. And boom. 12 rushes, 8 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 fumble. Honestly, we have way too many fumbles, but am I not on? Well, I'm going to turn on shoot clock after this. I don't really want to sit and watch this, but Lindsay gets a couple. So now it's 3rd and 6. And if I do this, what is it? It's going to be, alright, so like 5 seconds and 3, 2. I take this snap and I go down. Well, he almost freaking fumbles again, but that's game. So I'm just going to go ahead and, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to come out and miss and then just sit here. So after the brutal conclusion to the game, you know, we do end up getting the victory. Dwayne Haskins going 12 of 16 for 286 yards in a monster day. 1 touchdown with no interceptions. Dak, on the other hand, only threw for 137 yards and threw for no touchdowns with an interception. I mean, you know, his completion percentage was a little bit higher, but we destroyed him in yards per attempt. We were 17.8 yards per attempt for his 7.2. You know, rushing, Philip Lindsay and Philip Lindsay and Darius Geis both fumbled, and both their fumbles went for a touchdown right at the end of the game. I mean, we were up 31-7, and they got a field goal with 3 minutes left in the game. We got the onside kick and everything, and yeah, we were up 31-10 with 3 minutes left in the game, and then Darius Geis fumbles. It's returned for a touchdown, and then the very next possession, we're like, all right, let's run this clock out. We go with Philip Lindsay, and then he fumbles, and DeMarcus Lawrence returns that one for a touchdown. I think it was DeMarcus Lawrence, but I mean, Darius Geis had 2 touchdowns. Philip Lindsay had 1. Philip Lindsay went for 77 yards. Zeke went for 71. Zeke also had a touchdown. Darius Geis only went for 8. And so he had like 0.6 yards per attempt. He was more like a fullback in this game than anything. But his 2 touchdowns were, you know, monumental in this 7-point victory. Haskins did have that 1 rush for 7 yards. And Luke Sellers did rush 1 time for a yard down at the goal line. He could not punch it in, however. Receiving, Julio Jones, again, monster day. He always goes for so many yards. 7 receptions for 187 yards. I mean, the dude might even be in contention for setting the record this year. Like, he's been going for close to 200 yards per game. I mean, he's got to be averaging at least 150 when we play the game, and when we don't play, like, you know, I mean, there were those games that nobody was getting any catches or whatever, but, like, in the games that he's played, and we've thrown the ball, you know, he's gone for 150, 170, 80. It's been crazy. Randall Cobb and Amari Cooper both going for double digits there, you know, 40, 50 yards. Ricky Seals and Zeke both getting under 20. Paul Richardson had 76. You know, another huge target for us. Now, Paul Richardson and Jerry Jeudy are actually going to be switching positions for us going forward. But Jerry Jeudy, 2 receptions, 23 yards, and he had a touchdown. So I think I failed to mention that he was... Okay, so, you know, we didn't have any for Julio, but, you know, Jerry Jeudy did get that 1 touchdown for us. So that was very large. Now, you know, for defensively, right at the end of the game, there were both... all right, so it wasn't DeMarcus Lawrence, it was Dorrance Armstrong and Leighton Vander Esch, both of them returning a fumble for a touchdown, making this game a 7-point game where it should have been a 21-point game. But, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. Now, Ashton Davis, our rookie free safety, with a huge interception early in the game that ended up helping us get some points to add to our lead. You know, again, just huge plays for us. Now, sacks, Za'Darius Smith and Chase Young both got 1. DeMarcus Lawrence got 1 against us, but, you know, we're expecting that when we play against someone as good as DeMarcus Lawrence. You know, plenty of tackles to go around, I guess. Now, tackles for loss, you know, they had a lot of tackles for loss. I mean, their top 3 guys combined for 6, whereas our top 3 guys combined for 3. So, you know, we do have, you know, 5. So we had 5 tackles for loss to their 7, which a lot of that was against Darius Geis, but, you know, whatever. You know, kick return and punt return, plenty of yards to go around, but no punt return, kick return touchdowns. All right, well, with 3 games to go, let's look at the standings. Buccaneers already clinched their division, so let's go ahead and let's start there. So yeah, Saints at 6-1. Obviously, they can't win it. You know, Buccaneers already clinched the division. Neither the Saints nor the Panthers are completely out of the playoffs yet. Probably. Let's go ahead and look at the NFC real quick. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're completely out of it, although it's going to be an uphill battle for both of them. You know, Cardinals look to be number 1 by a long shot. Like, not by a long shot. They look to be number 1 going forward, but the Buccaneers could totally grab it. We could still get the first round. We could still get a bye. You know, I mean, with 3 games left, if we went out, 12-4 could be good enough, but maybe one of those goes 13-3. Who knows? So Cardinals, Buccaneers, Redskins, and Packers as the division leaders. So Bears and Seahawks look to be in the wild card race. Niners close behind. Eagles and Cowboys both close behind. Saints in there. On the AFC side, it looks like Bills, Chargers, Jags, and Browns lead the divisions. And the Steelers were up there. We were both 7-3 when we played, but looks like they've lost 3 in a row. You know, Colts and Steelers are the wild cards right now. Broncos not far behind. Dolphins not far behind either. That's actually kind of surprising. I mean, shoot, the number 1 seed is going to have only 11 wins for them, so that's gonna be kind of interesting. Jags with Gardner Minshew and Bills with Josh Allen both got the bumps from me. So Rivers still alive and well there. So Bengals at 4-9. Well, who's the worst team in the division or in the league? Obviously, it's going to be the NFC because the other one was 31. So, all right, Bengals or Vikings 2-11. That's pretty bad. AFC North Browns are a whole game up on the Steelers. Jags have a whole game up on the Colts. Well, or half a game, I guess, because all right, Bills got theirs in the bag, probably. Patriots not doing too well this year. In the West, the Chargers are up by half a game. Broncos might still be able to clutch it out, but probably not. Packers and Bears are fighting it out for theirs. Buccaneers already won theirs. And then we have a 2-game lead on both the Eagles and the Cowboys. Giants nowhere to be found. And finally in the West, the Cardinals have a 2-game lead on the Seahawks and a 3-game lead over the Niners. But they're not too far behind, and they're not completely out of the playoff contention yet. So, alright, so this week we do have the Giants that I'm going to simulate. And nothing else really going on. I'm probably going to simulate, if we win this one on a simulation, I'm going to simulate all the way until week 17. But if we lose this one, I'm probably going to play the Niners. So, alright, well with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and get out of this. And I'll either be back for the Niners or the Eagles.